Hey everyone. Well, I'm trying something new and that I'm not quite comfortable listening to my voice on, but anyway, just go with it. We're going to try some little videos as opposed to scheduling meetings to give some updates. So, anyway, here we go. Um, and please forgive my voice. I'm fighting a head cold. So, first off, I wanted to give everyone a little show, if you haven't seen, of where we're at the portal. Again, he's working on this offline. We're expecting an update set to come in tomorrow, but um, I'm making this video to show you all a little bit about what we've built out already for Genpact. So, imagine that your requesters are coming to this portal that has been correctly branded BD, etc. Has the things that we're talking about. Um, but either in this favorites or in this request catalog, which would have finance up here at the top. Um, right? You're going to come to these finance requests, which would be listing out what I'm about to show you. Again, not finished, not built, but just giving you an idea and showing you the portal again. Or someone could come in here and say, expense report, right? Or whatever. Again, we haven't configured this, but this does have that look ahead search engine. So the customers are going to come here and they're going to click on something and say, I want this finance request. Or I've marked this in my favorites as something I do all the time. Whatever, here's their portal. So now let's go ahead and jump into what we've built for Genpact. So, you know, this is the finance catalog, right? This would be the list of stuff that they would be available to select for you for those users that are selecting these Genpact things. And we've built this out to their specifications. As you can see, this is very specific, right? And there's a lot of information here that's specific to these processes for Genpact that was based off their playbook they gave us. I'm showing you all this as an example of, you know, that group has successfully gone through, grouped these GMBs. We've categorized them as purchasing, catalog services, right? And they've gone through and defined them. And so this is what that would look like as we've taken these GMBs and grouped them in the most basic way. These are going to come in and create tickets. The tickets don't really do anything except they're there for you to assign amongst your groups that are monitoring them. But, here's a collection of work. Okay. So another cool thing here, and let's go ahead and let's look at this one, right? Off-cycle vendor payment. Well, you can see there's a lot of information we've presented to you here up at the top, right? Hey, if you're trying to do this, still go to this GMB, right? This is not ideal, but it can be done. Hey, if you're trying to do this, go to this GMB, right? You still may need to do that because they haven't moved to ServiceNow yet, right? We can still offer that information at the top while we move these GMBs through the process. Ideally, then when we've moved this one, this section here goes away, and then when we've moved this, this section goes away, right? But here's something cool, right? We have a lot of stuff that is pertinent to this process, and that's already housed off in a SharePoint site, and then we have not begun to move that SharePoint site, but yet we still want tickets, for us to route these things and monitoring these queues. So let's go ahead and click here. Now this is what's pretty nifty here. You notice we have not left the platform. We are still in ServiceNow, but yet we've directed to you that SharePoint site that already exists that's housing all of your forms. Okay, and same thing here. As we move this stuff to the knowledge base or to the catalog, etc., these will go away. But for now, look, we don't even have to worry about it. Here, boom, we're going to take you right there. So just wanted to kind of show you the idea of what we've already got built ready for Genpact. Okay, and here, same thing, commercial activities. So I mean, here's what 10, 12 processes, GMBs that are already ready to go. And let's go back over here and we'll actually do one of these tickets. So submit a basic one, submit a vendor invoice. Okay, and again, this would be pre-populated based off of who I am. What region, again, can be selectable, but would default to where I am sitting, right? But let's just say that happens to be EMEA. We've got the legal entities populated in the background here that are going to determine the routing of these tickets. Okay, so this is the legal entity we're submitting this invoice for, right, in demo. So I'm going to go ahead and submit this ticket. And there you go. Basic of level notifications been sent to the requester of here's your ticket number. This is who I, was. And as you can see, it has routed this ticket to this assignment group based off of that legal entity and where the location was. So they can be manual selections for now, but we've got that defined. Or based off who it is that's asking, you can have it auto select so that no one has to select anything. But we can take that as the next step. So anyway, you can see the variables here that we're interested in, or that were entered, in at the beginning. And now we can go ahead and send emails off to people, or you can go ahead and send a task if it's somebody that's in, right? If it's one of the centers that we are giving fulfiller license to, go ahead and just assign it to that queue or specific to a person. Do this, right? And, we can pull in the original ticket number into the description, etc., etc. You can put OLAs, you can put SLAs. And now on that ticket, this group is monitoring these other tasks that are out to other groups, right? And then, but these can also be emails out to, fulfillers, or to non-fulfillers. And then the people would reply to those emails, those tasks would be updated, and the ticket would go on to its merry way, right? And at the same time, I come back to here, again, not fully built, but the person who requested this ticket can come to this portal at any time, and right here next to this ticket, they're going to see if it's assigned, it's work in progress, or it's complete, right? If they want to drill down to more information, this view all tickets, again, sorry, not built, but they can view all the tickets, which will give them more details of status. You can say, do you want them to know who it's assigned to, right? What do you want them to know? Anyway, that's it. Sorry, this was a little longer than planned. That is the Genpact demo, but again, just wanted to highlight this is built, right? This is built globally at this point. How you roll this out to what countries and who is where we have organizational change management and what we can start deciding for day one and on. But for all these other centers, here's a really good example of a big group of mailboxes grouped, ready to go, just going to create tickets, and that's it. So, thank you. Talk soon.